So you think you got troubles, 10:30 tomorrow morning.
Good evening, Miss Travis. I'm so sorry you found our accommodation that uncomfortable that you left.
Letter, Mr. Arnaldo.
Oh, yes. You remember I mentioned to you earlier about writing a letter telling your family goodbye. I brought pen and paper. Now you sit down, I'll tell you what to write.
I told you no. I'm not writing any letter.
I think you'd better, Miss Travis. As you can see, this is the perfect place to convince you.
You wouldn't.
No, of course not. Miss Travis, we would do nothing to hurt you. As I explained to you earlier, we took you in protective custody. You see to it that no harm would come to you.
You can't expect me to believe that. You're just afraid that I'll...
But you what? Ever make a speech?
We have very reliable information you and your friends had planned to disrupt our ceremonies. It is true, is it not?
No, it isn't.
You do not lie very well, my child. The truth of the matter is you and these fanatics, you were recruited by them. You have gone to their side because of your juvenile ideals.
You think you can get up in front of TV cameras all by yourself and start a revolution, don't you?
Don't be ridiculous. How am I going to do something like that?
Oh, because of the prophecy. Surely you remember the prophecy, my dear.
Yes. And so do you, obviously. That's the real reason you locked me up down here. Because you're afraid of me.
Oh, well, if that is the way you put it, yes, that is quite right. We are afraid.
Problem is, she isn't.
Well, let me tell you something. I'm not going to write any letter. And my family is going to start to worry about me. And when they can't find me, they're going to call the police. So you're going to have disruption on your hands no matter what.
My dear child, let us stop playing these silly childish games.
No. Because it isn't a game to you, Ronaldo. You've murdered people because of me and because of who I am.
I see. Because you are Eden's very own Joan of Arc. You like these storybook games? Very well. Come in, Stephen. It seems our young friends here like these storybook games. Well, let us oblige her.
What are you going to do?
The Edge of Night is brought to you by Oxidol. Oxidol bleaches as it washes. For white so white, they'll actually compare to new. And by Jif. For fresh peanut taste, choosy mothers choose Jif.
I don't believe it.
I am thumping the melons, exactly. If it's a nice hollow sound, you know it's solid inside.
Why are you so choosy about this?
I absolutely adore my family, and I want only the best for them.
Are you as choosy about your peanut butter?
More so.
Fine. Let's compare. Which of these leading brands tastes more like fresh peanuts?
Brand A tastes like I opened up a jar of fresh roasted peanuts.
You chose.
I knew it. I knew it was Jif.
Why?
I've been using Jif for at least 8 years now.
More women choose Jif for fresh peanut taste than any other leading brand.
It's whatever I've ever wanted in a peanut butter.
Choosy mothers choose Jif.
If you wash this dirty shirt once, would it look as white as this new shirt?
No, it would not look as white. I cannot get things that dirty, that clean in one wash.
Catherine Scott washed that dirty shirt in Oxidol with bleaching crystals. Now, can she pick out the Oxidol shirt from new shirts, rinsed once but never worn?
The shirts are all white and clean. There aren't any dirty ones here. I can't find it.
It's right
Here, that is your shirt.
I can't believe this. Well, I feel like I want to try Oxidol. I'd say Oxidol performed a miracle. It got a very, very soiled shirt clean in one wash.
Try Oxidol with bleaching crystals for a white that compares to new.
Calvin. Oh, it's you. Come on in. I hope you brought a few funny stories with you. I could use a laugh.
Well, I brought a story, all right. I don't know how funny you'll think it is.
You want something? A beer, coffee, something?
No, thanks. I'd like your ear for a minute, if it's okay.
Sit down.
Calvin, look, something really strange has happened. This guy named David Cameron has come into Monticello. He's a guy that I knew when I was in Washington, D.C.
What is he, a cop?
Yeah, that's pretty close. He was a security officer with the State Department. I only saw him a few times, but I tell you, he's a guy I'll never forget.
Does this have something to do with your old man?
You bet it does. Remember I told you my father was suspected of stealing certain documents when he worked with the State Department in Washington, D.C. David Cameron is the guy who conducted the investigation.
Ah, not one of your favorite people, I guess.
Oh, that's saying the least. I don't know how far he conducted this investigation because nobody would talk to me about it, but I do know where the thing ended.
Yeah. So, what's he doing here in town?
Well, now he's conducting another investigation, this time about a guy named Foley. Now, he's this phony counter-espionage agent that we've been hearing about.
Yeah.
Well, I think what all this means, Calvin, is that Cameron is beginning to believe that my father was innocent.
What makes you think that?
Well, because according to what Michael Carr told me, the guys in Washington think that maybe they were wrong. Maybe it was Jefferson Brown who took those documents.
Look, Tyler, I know how much this means to you. I mean, when you first got here, all you ever talked about was clearing your father's name. I mean, it was an obsession with you. Man, I'd hate to see you fall back into that same old trap.
Well, you don't have to worry about that. I tried my hand at it once, and I couldn't get any information, so I guess I'd better leave it to the pros.
You mean that?
Sure, I mean it. Look, I'm a cop just like you are. I'm going to stick to my own work.
Yeah, well, don't do your job like I've been doing it. I'm afraid I haven't exactly been a sterling example these days.
Well, what do you mean by that?
I should be doing something, Tyler, that I'm not doing.
Like what?
Look, are you sure you don't want a beer? I certainly could use it.
Okay, I'll have a beer. Calvin, this doesn't happen to be about Troy Bannister, does it?
On the nose, my friend, on the nose. You remember when we went to see Eddie and he told us that Troy had been there to get some getaway money?
Yeah, I remember.
Well, you remember him talking to us about a friend of Troy's by the name of Skipper?
Right, this guy was supposed to get him a car or something like that.
Damien, I know who Skipper is.
What?
I got it from Dee Dee. Boy, she mad at me again. I mean, she thinks I tricked her, pumped her for information in order to catch her brother. I don't know. Maybe I did, but I didn't mean to hurt her, or him for that matter, lousy punk.
Calvin, are you telling me that you have some knowledge about Troy Bannister's whereabouts and we're both sitting in here doing nothing?
We're drinking beer. That's not exactly nothing.
It seems to me that you're very concerned about Dee Dee's feelings. I think that you don't want to be the one to put the handcuffs on her brother.
Seems to me you're right.
You know, I think it's about time that I took over this case. You're off it.
And you mean that?
Yeah, I mean it. Look, all you have to do is to tell me who this Skipper is and where I can find him.
Well, look, all I know so far is his full name is Skipper Parsons, and he runs a little garage.
Look, how much longer is that gonna take?
How many times you gonna ask me how much longer is that gonna take?
Skipper, I gotta get out of this town before morning.
Why? You think the cops don't notice cars at night?
Look, man, is this the only heap you could get your hands on? There must be a half-dozen cars out back.
I got a half a dozen old wrecks out in back. None of them get you 10 feet. Look, I just keep them for parts.
Maybe I should just go to a used car place and pick up a jalopy or something.
Sure, you do that. And maybe your exhaust will start smoking on the freeway. Some cop will stop you for that. Maybe your tail light will go out. Maybe your muffler will go. Ain't nothing like a noisy car to attract attention.
Look, all right, just fix it, huh?
I told you I probably won't have it ready till in the morning. Now, by the time I get this carburetor working and fix the short in the ignition.
All right. Look, maybe I should just sleep here in the garage tonight, okay?
Well, it won't be the first time. Of course, you used to sleep in the daytime when you were working for me.
Yeah, and you used to always catch me, too, huh?
You were some lazy little kid. You know that, Troy?
See, I wasn't cut out to be no mechanic. I wanted something different.
Yeah, well, you found something different. That's why you got to get out of town.
Yeah, man, you sound just like Dee Dee.
Does your sister know about this?
Yeah, she knows about it. Everybody knows. Troy Bannister's a real bad dude. Hey, Bang Bang Bannister, they call me, huh? Hey, you scared?
Yeah, I'm scared, Troy. For you.
Don't you worry about me. You worry about that carburetor, eh?
Are you sure it wouldn't be better to... I mean, after all, your sister is a lawyer now.
Man, there ain't nothing she can do for me, man. There ain't nothing nobody can do for me. Every lawyer in this town couldn't keep me out of the joint for the rest of my life. If I make it that far.
What?
Look, I'm a cop killer. If they pick me up, the cops will make sure I resist arrest. And man, you know what that means.
I still can't believe it what you did, Troy.
Look, I didn't mean to do it. Skipper, I swear, man, I don't know what happened up there that night, why that cop shot at me. Maybe I was thinking bad, but I wasn't doing bad.
Maybe if you told him that.
Oh, yeah. See, man, I just walk up to them and say, look, I don't know what you're talking about here. And then you get off the late phone calls.
Garage. Hey, how you doing, Dee Dee?
Well, Skipper, I have been doing a lot better. Have you seen my brother?
Troy? Why you think that? Little brat hasn't been around here to see me in a couple of years.
Women have performed this magic for years, taken worn, damaged hair, and in 30 minutes, restored it to beautiful. It's no trick. It's the science of Clairol Condition Beauty Pack's collagen-enriched formula, from which Clairol created Condition 2, instant after shampoo treatment, and Condition Shampoo, also collagen-enriched. They restore resiliency, smoothness, shine. It's the kind of magic Clairol Condition does best. Beautiful hair. Ta-da!
Comtrex relieves the whole cold.
Tristan didn't relieve my cough.
But Comtrex relieves the whole cold.
Contact didn't do anything for my aches, pains, and fever.
But Comtrex relieves the whole cold.
Bayer didn't help my nasal congestion, runny nose, or coughing.
But Comtrex relieves the whole cold. That means Comtrex works on nasal and sinus congestion, runny nose, sneezing, coughing, watery eyes, sore throat, nasal drip, headache, fever, pain, every major cold symptom. Comtrex, it relieves the whole cold.
Look, Skipper, I don't know if you heard about what happened.
Yes, honey, I heard. I'm real sorry about it. I know I should have called you, but I didn't know what I could say to help any.
Well, maybe you can help. I heard that... Well, look, it's entirely possible that Troy might try to get in touch with you. That he might even ask you to help him.
I wish I could help him, Dee Dee. He's not much as far as brothers go. He's dumb, he's lazy. But I never thought he was a bad kid.
No, I never thought so either. I guess it... Look, Skipper, if Troy does call you or if he comes over, would you please tell him to call me? Tell him it's very, very important.
Sure, honey. I'll do my best.
Thank you. Goodbye. I wonder if I should have warned him about Calvin. Maybe I should have. Hello?
Dee Dee, hi. It's me.
Mitzi. Hi, Mitzi. Where are you?
Dee Dee, there's something I didn't tell you. Cliff and I went away for the weekend.
Well, how nice for you.
I don't mean that kind of weekend.
Dee Dee, the truth is, Cliff and I went to this medieval pageant for the Republic of Eden, and...
Mitzi, that's okay. You don't have to explain. Sid told me all about you and Cliff going up there trying to get jobs as waiters.
Dee Dee, I was going to tell you the truth. I really was. It's just that Cliff thought it would be a good idea if we just kept the whole thing a secret. You see, the whole idea is for us to keep an eye on Jody.
Well, how's it going?
It's not going. Dee Dee, we don't have any idea where she is.
You're kidding.
No, you see, there was this party tonight, and Jody had a little too much to drink. She got woozy, and she went to bed early.
Well, then, Mitzi, you know where she is. She's in her bedroom.
Well, you see, that's the problem. We don't know which bedroom is hers. Dee Dee, there are 100 bedrooms in this place, and nobody will tell us where she is. As a matter of fact, Cliff got in a sword fight trying to find out.
Well, wait a second. Did you say a sword fight?
Now, Dee Dee, don't worry about a thing. Everything is just fine. Now, I'll give you details when I see you. I, better go now. I have to attend to Errol Flynn's wounds. Talk to you later. Bye.
Thanks.
Poor thing. Does it hurt?
Oh. You should see the other guy. Boy, was he scared, huh?
It looks awful. I mean, maybe we should put some iodine on it or something.
You forget, Mitzi, this is the 16th century. Iodine hasn't been invented yet.
Well, I mean, there's got to be a doctor in this castle.
Oh, sure, yeah. He'd probably have a chant or put a leech on it or something like that. No, thank you.
You were so brave tonight. You really were. I was telling Dee Dee you were just like Errol Flynn. I mean, the way you held that sword. Did you ever take fencing lessons?
No, I never did.
I didn't think so.
I did watch a lot of movies, though. When I was a kid, I always wanted to be a knight in shining armor. Would think I end up a court jester.
Well, you are my knight, just the same.
We failed. Yeah. This knight did not succeed in his quest. Jody's in a lot of trouble, and we haven't the faintest idea where she is.
Please forgive me for leaving you this way.
You this way.
The truth is,
The truth is...
I am too ashamed.
I am too ashamed.
To face you. Come on, honey, keep writing.
To face you.
Soap? Nope.
When you discover the cleaner, feeling obsessed, you're gonna be feeling your best.
Zest is different from soap.
In water, you can see the tacky film soap leaves even after rinsing. Zest doesn't. Deodorant Zest is specially made to rinse without leaving sticky film.
Nothing comes between me and feeling so clean. I feel my best.
Discover the cleaner, feeling obsessed, you're gonna be feeling your best.
I'm feeling my best.
Junior, you're softening clothes in the wrong machine.
Genius, liquids go in the washer.
You should use Bounce in the dryer.
But sis, my clothes are soft.
Feel.
Soft? But this gets out static cling.
Uh-huh. Bounce does it better, and clothes smell fresh longer.
Wish mine smelled like that.
And no liquid or sheet has that terrific scent.
Guess I've been using the wrong machine.
And the wrong softener. Genius.
Bounce, the right softener for the right machine.
Well, howdy. What you got there, youngster?
An old piece of Mom's kitchen tile.
Good grief. This tile's the color my floor used to be, but look at the difference.
That's 'cause there's ground-in dirt stuck in those little crevices.
You need spick and span every time. But is it safe?
For no wax? Sure. It cleans into crevices and lifts out ground-in dirt that dulls your floor's color.
Beautiful, Minnie.
Nice going, Ma.
Spick and span every time helps show your floor's true colors.
Well, here we are, my dears. Will you join me in a nightcap?
Oh, don't trouble, Geraldine.
It's the least I can do to show my appreciation, not only for bringing me home, but for Nancy filling in for Nicole this evening.
Oh, I enjoyed doing it. Besides, we didn't want Miles and Nicole to miss the opportunity that they had.
I heard that invitations to the evening pageant were difficult to come by.
Apparently they were. They didn't go there on a pleasure trip. They went to see that Jody didn't come to any harm. Well, about that nightcap.
Well, all right. May I do the honors?
Please, Mike, I'll have a little brandy.
Nancy?
I'll have the same, dear, thank you.
Now, Mike, tell me what's happening at the district attorney's office. Any further development about that man, the one with the fake credentials?
George Foley? Yes, he seems to have stirred up quite a storm in Washington. They even sent a man down here by the name of Cameron to look into the matter.
It wouldn't be David Cameron by any chance?
Yes, that's right.
Do you know him? Oh, not very well. He was a friend of my son's when Colin was in the Senate. As a matter of fact, Colin had a great deal to do with his appointment as chief security officer.
Isn't that interesting? Although you knew so many people in Washington.
I remember once at our home there when David was a dinner guest, and Colin told him jokingly that when he was elected president of the United States, that he'd see to it David became the head of counter-espionage agency.
Well, he's almost there now, Geraldine. Mr. Cameron is the #2 man at the CEA.
He has done very well for himself, hasn't he?
Yes, and I wonder if the Fowler-Wilcox case was one of the reasons for his success.
Cameron told us that he was the chief investigator on the Wilcox case, which accounts for his interest in this man Foley, since Foley's questions are all about Jefferson Brown.
It's ironic, isn't it?
What is?
That David Cameron would become second in command of the CEA, and the man he investigated might have been #1.
Fowler Wilcox?
Do you mean Damien Tyler's father was being considered for the job as head of the CEA?
Yes, he was. That was told to me in confidence by a high government official shortly before Fowler's suicide.
Oh, well, apparently Mr. Cameron isn't too pleased with the result of that investigation, even if he was promoted.
It must have been a painful thing for him. Investigating a man like Wilcox on a possible charge of treason.
I didn't believe it then, and I don't believe it now.
You and Damien.
It would be very gratifying if they could lay the blame where it belongs, finally. Jefferson Brown or whoever. It wouldn't make any difference to Fowler Wilcox, but it certainly would to his son.
Well, Mr. Cameron's newfound interest may be the key to it.
I certainly hope so.
Honey, since Geraldine did know Mr. Cameron, what would you think of our arranging a sort of reunion?
That might be a good idea. What do you think, Geraldine?
I'd be interested in seeing David again, although he might have forgotten me by now.
Oh, he would never have forgotten you. Arrange something at our house, all right?
I'd like that.
Nancy, I really think we should be going. You both have had a long day.
Yes, you are right. Geraldine, I hate to leave you alone. When do you expect to hear from Raven?
My dear, I expect nothing from Raven but the unexpected.
No, I didn't even...
Miss Alexander, wake up. Wake up!
It's no use. She'll just have to sleep it off.
She hasn't told us a damn thing, Howard. Are you sure you gave her the right stuff?
Not even sodium pentothal can make people talk about things they don't know.
She hasn't told us anything. She must know something. She was married to the man.
Maybe he knew how to keep a secret.
Maybe she does.
I give up. I ain't even doing anything.
No, what's the use? Let her sleep. We'll try again tomorrow. Come on.
No. This can't be happening. I can't be arrested. I didn't kill Jinx Avery. I didn't. It was all a fake. A fake. It was a stupid fake.
Ain't nothing I like better than homemade chili. Was this Hormel? Hey, Cookie, this chili, is it homemade or Hormel?
Well, ain't homemade chili rich and thick like this? And don't it have good lean beef and rich tomato paste? And ain't it seasoned to perfection like homemade?
Must be homemade then.
You're wrong, cowboy. That's Hormel.
Sometimes it's hard to tell if it's homemade or Hormel.
People are talking about the great taste of Vlasic pickles like never before.
Here, my dear, try a Vlasic pickle.
Why, thank you, dear. Now, that's the best tasting pickle I ever heard. Hey, Jimmy, want to trade? Sure. Want a Vlasic pickle? Okay. Now, that's the best tasting pickle I ever heard.
Classic pickles. Try them and you might say.
今までにない美味しいのピコを聞きました。
On All My Children.
You and Greg engaged? Well, practically. I mean, it's not official yet, but we're pretty heavy, if you know what I mean.
All My Children. Weekdays.
And thank you again, my dears.
Well, as soon as I find out about Mr. Cameron's schedule, I'll call you about that dinner.
That sounds fine.
Geraldine, are you really sure that Fowler Wilcox was being considered for the job as head of the CEA?
Oh, yes, I was told he had the job, definitely. Assuming he had Senate approval.
That's very interesting. I wonder if Mr. Cameron knew that.
We'll soon find out.
Bye-bye, dear. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Tell me, Howard, do you still practice medicine, or is that doctor title just honorary, if that's the right word?
You know damn well I have no license. Are your credentials any better?
Oh, indeed. The best that money can buy.
Well, I'm leaving.
Now, wait a minute. I think we should try one more time.
It's a waste of good sodium pentothal. That woman upstairs knows nothing.
I don't agree with you. I think she's just being drug resistant. You know what the problem is?
Yes?
I think we should drop this game. Stop pretending to be government agents. Let her see our claws.
Oh, my God.
All right, Bubbles, get ready to hit the dirt.
I should have become an accountant.
Oh, stop worrying, kid. We're going to give this bathroom the shine of its life. Show those germs no mercy. Dig in, kid, dig in. Clean and shine. Disinfect, deodorize. We'll never scratch or leave any grit. Oh, we never do, we never do. You did good, kid. Now let's go down a drain together. We work hard, so you don't have to.
Dow Bathroom Cleaner with scrubbing bubbles.
For women who find their laxative is just too strong,
Me.
meet the new Ladylike X-Lax.
Extra gentle X-Lax?
A different formula than regular X-Lax. Mild acting with a built-in softener, so it works.
Gently?
Extra gently. And overnight. Comfortably, too, thanks to the softener.
Gentle formula plus softener, both in this little pink pill.
Uh-huh. Both.
So it's extra gentle.
Regular gentle X-Lax. And now, new extra gentle X-Lax.
Seems as though a harmony is hard to find. Always on my mind. And frustrated days pass without sight. The edge of night. Half dark, half light. Do you think we might wake up someday?
Tonight on ABC's World News Tonight, dyslexia. Millions of Americans have trouble learning and don't know why.
I saw letters and numbers backwards. I inverted numbers like 18, I would see 81.
How can victims overcome dyslexia? ABC News, uniquely qualified to bring you the world.
Cooking Good chicken has a lot less fat than beef or pork. Cooking Good, with but one lofty goal, to be the world's best chicken.
Good afternoon. I'm Ernie Anastas in the Eyewitness Newsroom. Coming up today at 5 o'clock, President Reagan addresses the nation live on the new crisis in the Mideast. And outrage grows over the massacre of Palestinian refugees. We'll also tell you the story of a heroic dog, and we'll have this report also.
The old days when you could park at a meter for a dime for a solid hour. Well, do you have any idea what they're charging these days at garages? Stick around, you'll find out.
Coke is it, a part of every day.
You picked the
Pepsi.
Nationwide, more people prefer the taste of Pepsi over Coca-Cola.
I can't believe that. There's a difference.
What do you think of the Pepsi challenge?
I think it's real.
The Pepsi Challenge. Take it. You'll believe it. The people